What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and welcome back to the Bazaar. We're doing another ranked run here with Vanessa, and I think this is one of the worst starting item options that I've ever seen. Chum Bucket, get a Piranha, so there's a little bit of econ there. Piranha being a 5-second item with maybe like a little bit. It's probably honestly the same amount of attack as Pet Rock, if I had to guess. Somewhere around 15, maybe 20. But Pet Rock at least gives you the 10% crit chance, and it's a friend, so you might be able to get some additional econ off of that throughout the game. Though, Chum is probably better than the Pet Rock, ultimately. And then there's also Bolus, which just deals a flat 120 damage. It's a little bit more difficult to scale depending on like what our early skills are, and also comes with a slow. But as an ammo item, I don't think I'm picking it. So I think I'm starting off with the Chum Bucket, which I'm not super happy with. At the very least, like I said, I can sell out of the Chum Bucket as well. And here's the Piranha. Yeah, 15 damage every 5 seconds. Does deal double crit damage, so giving it 15% to crit seems reasonable. I do think left-handedness is probably the strongest early option, with left eye being the strongest option for the late game, because a lot of Vanessa builds typically want a whole bunch of crit. I feel like I have to go with left-handedness, though. Basically, it just means that I'm critting every attack. Like, because making this go from 15 damage to 39 damage is just such an upgrade. So, I'm going to go for that, and then I suppose we could buy items. I could also just pick up a Lost Crate. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to just grab the XP here, even. I don't think I'm going to have any trouble dealing with this first PvE fight. And if I could pick up a Langsian or a Stinger, both of those seem good. Eagle Talisman is fine on the Piranha for that double crit damage. Let's see if I can get one of these early crits online here. Nope. Maybe this one, though. 9% to crit. Seems kind of unlikely. Yeah, alright. But we'll finish him off with the final strike here if we crit, because the Stinger healed them. And, yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with the Langsian, I suppose. When you slow a random weapon gains 5 damage. Okay, kind of cute with the Bolus, but we do get the Langsian. So that is a really nice early pickup here. We're going to keep our skill on the Piranhas. And then silver tier items is a great way to come back from the fact that we had an awkward early pickup here. We could find a much better silver option. Disguise. When you buy this, get a non-Vanessa item. Your items from other heroes have 15 crit percent. GT, which deals 10. When you slow, it gains 5. A little bit better than the Piranha. And we also have Torpedo. When you use another aquatic item or ammo item, this gains 30 damage. This also an aquatic item. So we would have 4 things activate before this goes off, which means it is then dealing 120, 180 damage on the Torpedo. I mean, that's better than the Langsian. If the Langsian hits twice, it's dealing 50. This can only hit once, but is dealing so much more damage. And it's probably worth it just to try to get an early win in here. All right, I'll take it. I'm not super excited by it because I don't think that the Torpedo scales super well, but I'll grab it for now, and then could potentially spend 3 gold on a... Although, what if I get another ammo item? That could be better than Chum. Chum Bucket is really not fantastic. It's not giving me enough crit percent that I think I care about it. But if I find another ammo item, that could be cool. I'm kind of interested in a small tool, but if I can just find any small aquatic item, I would be happy with that. Find some larger aquatic items Fishing net is also an econ item, so I don't hate it. Vanessa's amulet, a little bit of crit percentage, is also kind of cool. I don't think I can make any of this work on the current board. The only things I'm thinking are like, okay, Life Preserver is actually worth more than the Torpedo. The Life Preserver, so the Torpedo I just said is 180. The Life Preserver is 200 plus the 10 shields, and allowing me to heal could actually make the Chum Bucket worthwhile if the Chum Bucket's able to activate like a whole bunch of times. So maybe I grab Life Preserver. It's just fantastic early. I'm actually still considering the fishing net, potentially selling out of Torpedo. Even though I spent 8 on it, this will give me a little bit more gold every single turn, though, to be honest, I feel like I am going to wind up playing this Torpedo again down the line. Maybe I sell out of the Langsian because I'm already over it, and just pick up Vanessa's amulet because that could be good in the mid to late game. So let's go for that, and with that, face up against our day 0 pig opponent, Odium. Pigs are everywhere right now, making it really, really tough to grab wins with Vanessa. They also have scaling, but scaling that seems to be much more difficult to deal with. They're also basically going to stay topped off this entire fight as they heal for a scaling amount that will eventually be healing for more than we're dealing damage. But yeah, it's the fact that these golf clubs are already hitting me for half my life. Even when I heal up with the Life Preserver, it's only going to take 2 swings of the club to take me down. So I'm going to need some big crits here. Let's get some crits. 21% to crit. Let's see it. Negative. And I'm currently losing, and this kills me. But I'm dead to the sandstorm anyways. Unfortunate. Did not quite have it. Yeah, these pigs are good. These pigs are good. I can upgrade my leftmost aquatic item. I hate all of these options. Do I go for, like, Torpedo? Maybe. Maybe go for a weird Torpedo kind of submarine build. I don't like any of my other cards right now. Let's just do something wacky. Let's just get a little bit wacky here and upgrade the Torpedo. So now getting 60 damage each time an aquatic item is used. Still going to put the left hand on the Piranha. And then I'm looking basically for Submarine after that, and going to try a Submarine Torpedo build potentially, so that way I can reload it. Does seem like Torpedo is probably too slow in a build like that, but I'm willing to try it out. I'll need some more XP to play the Submarine. I could look for it already, but I think it's just better to grab the income at this early stage of the game right now. So let's go for this, and we'll see how much we can stack up. This Torpedo should kill here. Yeah, now that it's getting plus 60 each time, this will be a kill by the time it activates. And you can see that it's hitting for like 300. That's okay in these first fights of the game here. But I'm definitely going to want to reload it eventually. I could look for the reload now. I don't know how easy it is to find Submarine, to be totally honest. I feel like it's not super easy. I'll look, though. I mean, it'll cost 6 if I can find it. I was not able to find it, though. Haste 1 aquatic item for 2 seconds. Kind of cool. Econ on the fishing net. Still interesting, but I'm not going to worry about it. I could level up here with the strange mushroom, or I could grab an income. Let's grab an income. I'm going to level up regardless, and I can gain 2 more XP. I can give this an additional ammo. That is actually huge. That is huge. Okay, so now this just has 2 ammo. I was unable to play anything else. So, yeah, I did not read the time of day correctly, but hopefully just being able to scale up a huge Torpedo. First one hits for 300, so I have to imagine the second one hits for about 500. So all in all, we are looking at about 800 damage. Second Torpedo should be able to kill even through a little bit of armor. or get pretty close. Here's the first one in for 300. And as long as they don't get too high... Oh, is this scaling? Oh my gosh, when you heal shield. Yeah, they are just way too high right now already. That's unfortunate, and we are out of ammo now. I need the sandstorm to come. No, okay, they already broke through the life preserver. I also needed crit percent on that torpedo. 28 seemed somewhat reasonable, but let's find a large aquatic item now. I just realized it doesn't have to be the submarine, it just has to be a large aquatic item, but the submarine is the safest bet for that. So these things are all going away, this is going away, and I'm playing submarine torpedo here, baby. Which means this will always reload. The extra ammo on it now does nothing, but I'm still happy to have picked that up. I could also cut the submarine cut the torpedo for Crow's Nest. Then this has lifesteal, but lifesteal isn't that good with the shield, as we've explored in previous videos. Do I want to roll? Would I purchase port here as like a potential backdoor option to take this in a different direction later? Well, I might have, but I don't get there. There is also flagship. Now, I've invested too much into the submarine already that I don't think I can get this. It is just interesting. Tool ammo. This is just an aquatic weapon. Yeah, I think it's probably too difficult to play in most comps anyways, and the submarine is better. Small non-weapon, medium. Variety of ways to enhance your offensive items. I always forget what this is. I think that there's an item that like gives you a bonus option on this, but I totally forget what this does. Okay, give your leftmost weapon 5 damage. Sure, not super impressive. Probably could have gone elsewhere, but I didn't really have any cash, so I guess this was fine. And this has got to be a big enough power spike here to take on the gold guy, right? Maybe this is a little bit sketchy, but submarine is just such a good item that I feel like we should be all right. Maybe I could have played one more aquatic item, like played the Chum Bucket over Vanessa's Amulet. Yeah, that's probably better since it's just an aquatic item, so it scales up the torpedo. But the torpedo is going to take him down with the 10% crit regardless there. And for our spoils, I get gunpowder, which I think I'll hang on to. No need to throw that on the torpedo just this second. Aquatic items. We are going to be able to level up, so we will be able to play like the Chum Bucket plus 2 other things here. Find some more aquatic items for this torpedo. A beach ball could start looking pretty good right now. This is interesting. This is interesting. I mean, this is just econ, and it's basically free. This is scaling, but I'm not sure it's a super important type of scaling. I do like that it activates every 4 seconds, though. It's probably worth buying. And then maybe I'll sell through some of this other stuff for a roll. If I'm going to buy this, it's free to buy this. So let's just grab both of them, and then let's take a look at what rolling would look like. I don't think we roll. I think we just wind up playing the Shark Claws in on this build after we level up. But if we wanted to roll, yeah, it would cost us way too much. So that is going to be it. I can get an additional ammo. Ooh, this is why Submarine is also really good. Whenever you get an upgrade on your shield items, you can throw that right into the submarine. That is really sweet. All right, and then bronze tier skills, probably something I am interested in right now. I will have to sell out of a little bit to pick it up, but what do I get? Your non-weapon items have 4% to crit. When your items freeze, when your items gain freeze. Oh, wait, what? That means when your stuff is frozen? That's confusing wording. First time you poison each fight, freeze, your slowest poison, your non-weapons. I don't think I'm interested in any of these. When your items gain freeze, that has to mean when your stuff gets frozen. Burn 4. It's cute, but it feels so lackluster that I don't think it's worth selling off a bunch of stuff for. Nico is a 0-win piggy. That feels good to me. I feel like I'm strong right now. We'll see. They have a weapon that can two-shot me. And some other stuff. Okay, Beast of Burden will eventually be able to one-shot me. Your weapons gain 5 damage and some heal. Oh, they're dead, though. Oh, wow. Okay, the torpedo took him out. That was... I was reading everything to see if I was going to die, but instead we took him out. Nice. Selling large items probably can't get me a bigger submarine at this point of the game. I don't think it can give you gold things. It could find me the port, though, which, like I said, does allow me to build in another direction. Or just go for crit skills. Let's just take a look at crit skills here. 3% crit chance. Your leftmost item has 5% crit chance, and your weapons have plus 4%. Well, I think I'd rather just give everything a flat... Oh, and your items have plus 3%. Your weapons have plus 4. Okay, sure. We'll go for weapons have plus 4. Non-weapons, gumballs. Let's get a weapon. That is not going to do anything for me. Negative. And then Deadly Crooner, Outlands, Dervish, or Retiree. Retiree is just like a bunch of healing, so we could one-shot them. I don't know what the Deadly Crooner does, but I feel like I'm strong enough right now. Let's go for it. What do they give? Okay, they've got a left hand. Oh, they've got a Ganjo to pump up their Haladi and their textiles. Pretty nice setup, and I don't really benefit from any of the things that they're working with. So this is a little bit scary, but we're staying pretty strong here. We're still in our armor, and we're going to hit them for 1k here right now. So, oh wait, that did not work. How did that not work? I don't know. Why did this torpedo not kill them? Maybe I wasn't... Maybe it had already activated? I'm not sure. Oh, I get the Haladi. That's interesting. It's not a aquatic item, though. And I feel like right now I'm just trying to scale the submarine. Poison gains 1 poison, your leftmost weapon gains damage, your items gain a little bit of crit, 2 XP, or get an aquatic item. I think I'll just get 2 XP. Grabbing the XP, getting closer to some of that late game stuff seems good. I do think here I will take more income, though, because it is still really early in the game. I've got to get 9 more wins. That some early game econ is still on the menu. Take a look at silver tier skills for 6 gold a pop. Your aquatic items have plus 8% crit. First time you use a large item, adjacent poison items gain poison. When you use a weapon, give it plus 3 damage for the fight. I think I take additional crit chance. Oh, these are all aquatic too. Right, yeah, okay, cool. So that is native 12% crit chance or natural 12% crit chance. All of this seems pretty good. At some point I might want to, like, am I playing this build for a while? I think I am. So, am I playing the Life Preserver for a while? I'm probably not playing the Life Preserver. I'm tossing that for, like, a Captain's Wheel or a Beach Ball. So maybe I'll hold on to the Insect Wing until I can find the second half of that. This is a 3-win Vanessa, which is a little bit spooky. But we gotta go for it. I don't think it's worth using my Insect Wing. Maybe I'm wrong. That is one thing I should maybe be checking for. Like, do my opponents use their early Insect Wing? Looks like... No. Yeah, no. This just has some reduced cooldown because of the silencer. They've got left and right hands going on. We're remaining at parity, though, and we are scaling, and they're not, and also we're critting them for a whole bunch of damage. So that'll do it. Second win. And now Lost Chest, small and medium, or shield items. I think I'll go for Lost Crate and just keep on getting XP. I don't have any type of econ in this build. That is one place that I'm lacking. And I could use some medium items realistically. Like I said, Beach Ball, some other stuff. This seems not good. There is some interesting stuff with it where you can give it additional value and then sell it out later. But it takes a while to accrue some value even too. Don't think I'm going for either of these. Honing Steel kind of cute on the submarine. Let's roll though. And then I roll into a beach ball, which hastes 3 aquatic items for 2 seconds. That seems really, really good. It's expensive. It's expensive, but I think it is ultimately going to be worth it here. So how do I afford something like this? I'd like to hang on to these things. It only costs 16, right? Oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy peasy. Let's get rid of the halati, pick up a beach ball, and now I think we're schmoovin'. This will haste potentially itself, which would actually be the highest thing to hit. Torpedo I don't really want to haste, but it's fine if I do because we're easily reloading it with the submarine. So I think this is quite good. I might even look for like the water or the captain's wheel in addition to this. I don't know if I'd play the water wheel too. And how does this upgrade? It could haste 4 different things. Hasting 4 different things is pretty cool. I think I'm going to go for beach ball upgrade over the submarine. This is just more damage, but this is like more time. It feels like that could be really, really useful. I do think we could use the wing now, but I don't think we're going to need the wing up against the Gorgon. I could be wrong, though. But I think I'm going to rock this up against the Gorgon. Try to get that freeze skill, petrifying gaze. I am going to stack up some poison on myself, which is awkward because poison dodges the armor of the submarine. But I'm just kind of hoping the beach ball can get me there. They freeze. That was the petrifying gaze. But now this should take him out, and it doesn't look like I'm going to die before that happens. So there you go, baby. Do I get the gaze? This is one of my better games in a moment. But I don't get the gaze. I get Poison 2, heal 4. Sounds like a sells for 4, or heal 20 rather, but sounds like a sells for 4 to me. And then some silver tier skills. First time you haste, do something. No, your items have +1 max ammo. The first time you use a large item, haste adjacent items for 4 seconds. Pretty cool. There's a little bit of awkwardness that we cannot then put this on my left hand unless, I mean, it could just haste the beach ball. I suppose that's good enough. Sure. Yeah, I mean, this activates 4 seconds into the fight, so it's pretty quick. And then look for some more aquatic items. Try to find the water wheel again, or as well, I mean. Cove is a pretty quick item, but I don't need more reloads on this. So having 2 4-second items is a little bit faster. I could cut the shark claws for just a small item. That's fair too, but I think what I really want right now is the captain's wheel. Oh, and for that, I'm going to need to sell off a little bit. Hopefully I don't find like a gold captain's wheel. This is fine. At the start of the fight, use it. I think it's a little slow though. Alright, I think I'm not going to grab any of this stuff here. We're just going to keep rocking this. But I think I am going to sell out of the insect wings before this fight. This opponent has 3 wins, so they're similar to me, though they are up 1 level. And they are 3-1 as opposed to 2-2. I'm currently 2-2 on day 5, I believe. How much max health do they have? 3,000. That's a lot of max health, and this Regal Blade is looking to one-shot me. Though, Oh, we're scaling and they're not. I think we just beat this opponent here. Let's see. Do we get the crit? We don't get the crit, but look how close they are to dying now. I think this will heal me up and put me out of range of the... No, the Regal Blade kills me. The Regal Blade kills me. That was close. That was really, really close. I think this crit let me killed them like just in time. I'm not sure if I actually needed the crit. But hoo-wee, that seemed close. Let's take a look at the large items now. I was initially thinking like the water wheel would be kind of cool here. But I think that's wrong. I think I shouldn't be looking for the water wheel. It would mean that everything has like permanent haste. If I cut both of these, the beach ball would just always haste itself, the submarine, the torpedo, and the water wheel. Everything gets 2 seconds of haste and then 1 second of haste. So basically everything I think would have permanent haste, which doesn't feel bad. It does feel like an upgrade to my current board. All right. I'll try it. It means that I don't have this scaling, though. And this crit chance and damage scaling does seem reasonable. You know what? I think I'm off it, actually. I think I don't want to go for this. Okay. I shouldn't have gone for large items then. I was thinking like maybe a submarine upgrade is possible now, but I don't think it's good enough that I want to roll for it. Upgrade the submarine to diamond is fine. I don't have a friend. I do not have a friend. Piranha is not a friend, so upgrade the sub. Yeah, I mean, this is one reason to play the water wheel. It would have been a better thing to upgrade. But I'll just upgrade the sub. That's still pretty good. Sell slow items, poison skills. I mean, sell slow items could be really cool. That's going to be a lot of, like, enchanted things. So we're looking at some really expensive things here, potentially. Heavy Langsian, grappling hook, illusory, not bad. Let's take a look at some other wares here. Heavy seashell, slow 1 item. And then weatherglass, technically a slow item as well because it cares about slow. This is fine. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep on playing with the shark claws for right now. I could face off against a mosquito here rather than the Enclave Weeper. I think I'm strong enough to take on the Weeper, but I like insect wings. Whenever I can find the wings, get the beach ball and the submarine rolling, I think is really good. And, because, yeah, early, as soon as you activate this, then just get everything else continually activating seems pretty good to me. Whenever you slow haste a weapon, when you use an adjacent weapon, slow 1 item for 1 second. It's not terrible, considering if I cut the chum bucket or cut the shark claws, then I only have 4 aquatic items, which means I'm using this every, like, 1 second. But I don't think that that's good enough, unfortunately. Just take a look at some random items, I suppose. Rather better than spending on chocolate bars. When you use a non-weapon shield 10, give your other items +3 shield. So it's a different kind of scaling as opposed to shark claws. A little bit slower, but has a trigger. I'm not into it. Let's roll the Cove, the Pet Rock, and the Illusory. The Illusory I actually should buy because it's free with the ambergris. It actually makes me money. Wait, the Cove gets very close to making me money too. Yeah, I should buy the Cove here too. Okay, well now I do have a little bit of an econ strategy in my back pocket. Not super impressive, mind you, but it's something. The Pet Rock doesn't really do anything for me, but this increases the ambergris, so should get that. And then let's get out of here. Oh, we're not actually into the fight yet. We can face off against Mittel, or not face off. We can entertain Mittel and maybe find the... I wasn't looking for this. I was looking for the other one. When you use an adjacent aquatic item, haste this 1 second. That's interesting. Aquatic items to the left have their cooldowns reduced. So I wasn't thinking rowboat. I was thinking water... No, not water wheel. Captain's wheel, it's called. This seems really... I've never used the rowboat. Oh, it only hastes your small items. Let's take a look at a reroll here. Maybe there's some other things I would use. Powder keg, when you burn charge this... No. Astrolabe, when you use a non-weapon... No. Okay, none of this is interesting. Oh, and we are up against our fight here. All right, this is a 2-win player, so I've got a win up on them. That makes me feel pretty reasonable. All right, let's go for it. Nothing to it but to do it here. I like this build. I've got a little bit of scaling, a little bit of sustain, and a little bit of burst. That gives me a lot of ways to deal a bunch of damage here. Just a lot of different ways to attack opponents in various ways, I feel like. I'm using a lot of items, though, so these busy bees are definitely getting to it, but if this torpedo... The burst is good. The burst is real. I did not think torpedo was a real item, but it is really doing it here. So I get a bronze victory now. We'll probably just get a small tool, any item in the Bazaar. I think I'm not ready to cash in my Cove and my Ambergris just yet. So let's just get a small tool. I will have to sell out of some stuff for it. This is actually not bad, but it's not aquatic. So I don't think it is helping me too much. Could sell out of Vanessa's here. I mean, I'm never using the Piranha, right? Yeah, I'm never using the Piranha. I'm probably over the Life Preserver at this stage of the game as well. Just to clean up some of my slots here. Upgrade my leftmost heal item. So Ambergris for a little bit more econ. It's not unreasonable. And... it might be the play. I forgot ammo items also work with the torpedo. So I don't know what that would have to be necessarily. But a cute, cheap ammo item, something like throwing knives, actually does play a little bit here. I was thinking at one point replacing this with a harpoon seems pretty good. I don't have a friend. Oh, I do have a friend. I picked up this Illusion Ray. Okay, so an additional 4% starting crit. Not too shabby. For right now, I'm actually keeping the Chum Bucket because I like this scaling. I like how I'm scaling in both damage and crit percent, but I think the crit percent is more important because I have other ways to scale in damage. This could really just be any aquatic or ammo item. There is also the fact that, like, Ambergris eventually, like, heals for a lot. If I decide to keep it around the entire game, I think I might upgrade it. I either upgrade it or I think I gain 2 XP. You know what? Let's... I think just gaining 2 XP is probably safer. Sure, I'll gain 2 XP. It's a little unexciting, but it's probably the right thing to do. And then I don't think I'm going to gain econ here. We're about halfway through the game. Income is still good, but like, what does this mean? Anything could happen? Yeah, I want to check that out. And we get to play up against Joyful Jack. Sure. I mean, I don't really understand anything could happen, the convoy or whatever, but maybe it's just like a chance to play up against a random encounter. When your opponent freezes your items, reduce the duration by 1 second. That's actually a really solid skill. Is that a pumpkin-specific skill? I'm not sure. But that seems like a pretty solid pickup. I don't get it. I get the succulents. Permanently gains 2 heal. A piggy item. I've seen a lot of piggies use it. I think at this stage of the game, I'm probably going to avoid it, but it's cute. I feel like Thug is more similar to my build. Like, this club is kind of torpedo shaped. But Treasure Turtle, I'm trying to remember exactly what Treasure Turtle gives. I think it might give, I mean, it's probably aquatic things. I think it is something like when you heal shield or when you slow heal or something like that. But I think that that's still respectable. And I feel like my build is robust enough that I'm all right here. Okay, a lot of healing and shielding and then some poisoning. Your shield items, the first time you fall below half health, shield equal to 30% of your max health. Okay, that's pretty cool. Just have to make sure this catfish doesn't stack too much poison on me. Then I could also win the genie lamp, which is obviously awesome. And I'm just hoping to one-shot them here. There we go. Easy does it. What do we get from the turtle? We get a seashell. Not super impressive. We also get a level up. Not bad. Could upgrade the torpedo. Give everything 5% crit chance. That is a little more enticing. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just make this torpedo diamond first. I mean, this is the build. Let's upgrade the torpedo. It does mean that now there's less relevant things for me in future shops and things, but for right now, this is looking good. It seems, like I said, pretty resilient. Is this Iron Sharpens? No, your medium weapons get more damage. First time your opponent falls below half health, charge your items 2 seconds. Wow. Your large weapons deal plus 36 is also not too shabby for a submarine build. And honestly, I might just take that because I want to make sure, like, that some of my opponents, I'm just going to burst them from full. And so getting plus 36 damage is also plus 36 heal. And so I think that the heavy weaponry is pretty important. Conflagration seems cute because I've never seen that one before, but I think this is what we're going for now. Eat it Fins to get max health. I don't remember what else Finn gives, but I feel like JJ is not super likely to help me. At the same time, so I'll have to remember this. 225 versus like this, which is 5% max health. But it does give my shield items 10 shield. Honestly, not that good. But whatever. Yeah, I should have just taken the flat health there. Do I have any econ items? Not in the traditional sense. So let's fight up against a 1-win Vanessa that is already faded. Okay. The fates are just evening out here, and somehow I have found some easier opponents in this bout. Now, they do have 100% to crit, so they are going to burst me here, but that was not that much. That's all you got, baby? No, you're dead. Sorry, homie. Goodbye.
Less blunder.
Why did this not work at all? I don't know. That was not super impressive. I guess they picked up the Crow's Nest as their diamond item, potentially. They did not really have any crit matters things. Temporary boosts last until the end of the day, so they're fine. I think I'm just going to look at items for sale here, though. At some point, I could see replacing this with 2 small items, but I'm not in a rush to do that. Level up Vanessa's amulet. No, not in a rush to do that either. All right. Weapons, chocolate bars, or some max health. I think snack time is just better than chocolate bars too, if my intention isn't to purchase chocolate bars. Weapons for sale. I feel like the main thing that I'm looking for here is the Captain's Wheel. To just put haste on things. and then grow the torpedo and the submarine in that way. So if that's the case, I guess I'll just grab a snack here. Dr. Vortex, Oasis Guardian. I mean, I don't see ever needing anything from this other than just the bonus XP and gold. I guess I'll take the bonus XP and gold, though. Why not? First time you freeze, burn, slow, poison, and haste. And haste is pretty good. Huh. That might even be worth trying to get a freeze, burn, slow, poison off. Looks like I am doing pretty strong stuff here, and this does crit if it activates before the submarine just kills him. Looks like it will here. Easy does it. And I think this is the only thing that I am looking for here. Neophilac. Oh, what does this do? Adjacent items gain plus 6% crit for the fight. It is not an aquatic item, but it is faster, and it is more crit. Well, geez. I mean, this is still low level, so like maybe if I upgraded the Chum, it would be better than the light bulb. But that is considerably more crit. It does work a little bit awkwardly with the captain's charge because I do kind of want to haste the torpedo. But, I mean, I'll grab it. And then I also grab a level up here. I could start upgrading Chum. It's not terrible. It's really not terrible. The only other option here is to keep leveling up, and then once I'm like level 15, I get an enchantment on something. I think there's also a big upgrade at level 10 as well. But like, do I want to keep scaling my Chum? I want to get rid of Shark Claws still as well, though I'm not sure what for. Maybe I play Light Bulb and Chum and Illusoray or Ambergris or Seashell. It's probably better to diversify and play Ambergris and Seashell, but I've got different opinions on those two options. I could still upgrade the Ambergris. I don't think I'm interested in any upgrades here, though. I'm just going to gain some XP, and now as we fight up against this monster, let's take a look at what something like this might look like. Adjacent items gain 3% crit, or 6% crit every 3 seconds is what I mean. Use a large item, haste adjacent items. So now I'm not hasting this, but haste 4 aquatic items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could actually get some more value by playing less aquatic items, because then I've got more haste on all of my aquatic items. If I'm going to do that, I kind of feel like just playing exactly 4 aquatic items is kind of cool. I do still think at some point maybe both of these become the captain's wheel, but I think I'm going to take on this epic battle here regardless. And it is the Cosmic Rock. When you crit, haste an item. Now that could actually be really interesting. When you crit, haste. That certainly gives a little bit more incentive to try to make crits happen. Let's see if we get the Cosmic Wind here. Negative. This deals double crit damage. Yeah, not going to play that. Haste items could be finally the captain's wheel that we've been looking for. I'll take a look. I've got the coin to spare. Yeah, captain's wheel. When you use a large item, use this, and it hastes adjacent items. I do think I want this thing. There is also Turbo Chimera. Wow. At the start of the fight, use it. It hastes one item for 2 seconds, slows an item for 1 second, and then has a 9-second cooldown. There's also Turbo Turtle Shell, which is kind of like from I Think You Should Leave, right? But hasting 2 items, haste adjacent items. So they both haste 2 items. This actually hastes more items, scales my shield, And just gives me additional shield elsewhere. Huh. Activates every 4 seconds versus every 5 seconds, so it's not just a straight upgrade. And also, whenever you use a large item, you use this. Haste adjacent items. Yeah, this is an interesting little puzzle here. So how would I use the captain's wheel? I'd want to use it on the light bulb and the torpedo. So the beach ball is going to ensure that this needs more haste than everything else. Beach ball is going to start to activate every 2 seconds, giving everything haste for 2 seconds, meaning, yeah, this activating every 2 seconds is also good. I like the start of fight haste. That does seem really interesting to me, but let me figure out how this would puzzle out here. So I want the submarine next to 2 items, kind of. This needs to stay intact, right? So is it just this? That means I'm not pumping up this with the captain's wheel, but because this hastes adjacent things, it can never get hasted by the captain's wheel. This could get hasted by the captain's wheel just random, or not, that's not what I meant. This could haste up the light bulb just randomly. I could also see playing captain's wheel in between torpedo and clam and turbo clam. And then not playing the light bulb. But then I'm not scaling crit, which I don't love. Because scaling the crit does seem good. I am still scaling my damage. I'm opening myself up to like caltrops or bees in a way that I also don't love. I feel like eventually the light bulb could go, just if I'm able to find more crit skills to gain just native crit on the whole board, so that is something else to consider too. I'm only playing 4 items. I don't even need the captain's wheel for the beach ball. See what I mean? Because the beach ball will always haste itself, and then it has enough haste. So I'm kind of feeling like I don't need the beach ball, and I'm actually kind of into turbo shell, and the turbo clam. And then there is also a reroll. I am going to be rerolling here even after purchasing, just because I'm curious what else I could find, and I've got more than enough cash to blow right now. The answer could be buy everything and roll and figure out the puzzle then, because I don't know what puzzle pieces, like I could just find enchanted things that I would have never imagined here. So how much is it to buy everything? That's 28. Just sell out of Illusory, Shark Claws, Seashell. I need to sell this as well. Put an additional ammo on that, which is, it's whatever. I'll just blow through it. That's fine. I think I'm all in on the torpedo right now. Just trying to figure out the best way to utilize it ultimately. Honestly, I don't see how I effectively use this. Because for right now, I like the light bulb. So I think I'm just going to buy the turbo turtle shell.
It feels good.
And the clam.
Stay long.
I could also see cutting the light bulb for the chum, because then as an aquatic item, oh, maybe I should have looked at that. Shoot. Could I play chum? And then water wheel here. Yeah, that might be better than the light bulb, huh? Okay, I am actually going to buy out this whole shop then. Did not think that was going to be the case. I think that Turbo Clam is just too good to pass up. So I'm going to buy out the whole shop and then roll, and we'll see what else we get here. We get Turbo Life Preserver. Kind of cute. And I don't think I'm ever playing that. This is really cool, though. I've never seen Turbo Rifle. Every 2 seconds, haste 2 items for 1 second. So if it hits on itself, basically every second, haste another item for 1 second. That could be really good, just Turbo Rifle plus, like, that big thing that whenever something, like the big, one of the boss items. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'm ever utilizing any of this other stuff here. Haste adjacent items. Yeah. The beach ball won't always hit itself, which is why it's good that it gets some haste from submarine and then the captain's wheel. So both of these things are triggering on each other. And then the captain's wheel is wheeling out the torpedo a little bit faster, so I've got that coming every 5 seconds just about. All right. I like this. I don't hate the life preserver still, but this gets a free activation every time I use submarine. I think submarine captain's wheel is one of the stronger synergies in the game. So let's roll with this, and now I get to upgrade either the captain's wheel or, honestly, is it time to stop ignoring the chum bucket? Could also upgrade the Turbo Turtle Shell or the Turbo Chimera. Hasting 2 items for 2 seconds at the start of each fight is pretty fantastic. And even though it's really slow, it might ultimately wind up being pretty good. And then at some point, I take the Chimera and I slide it on the other side of the captain's wheel, so that way all haste is landing on it. But I think I want to scale up my crit still. All right, against all odds, I thought this was like a terrible starting item, but I'm going to finally upgrade the Chum Bucket. 4% crit? Oh my gosh, no, that is so troll. There's no way this is ever good. We're playing up against a faded Vanessa here with only 2 wins, so we'll probably be all right, but plus 1 additional. I mean, I get it. It scales. You activate it a bunch of times. They've got 61 crit percent. What else are they doing here? They've got a life preserver, and then they're scaling their katana with switchblade. No, they're not even scaling it. Wait, yes, they are. They're giving it plus 4 damage every time they use it. But still, we're going to activate their life preserver here. Hopefully right before we activate the torpedo, we activate their life preserver. So then the torpedo just kills them dead again. What crit percent did we get up to? Didn't even get a chance to look. I'm sure it was reasonably high. Dare to risk some coin or look for medium items to upgrade the captain's wheel? No, we'll risk some coin on some XP, I believe. Though this is a lot of max health. Actually, no, it's not. XP, maybe. Shield items, small items, chocolate bars. Chocolate bars are good with the Cove. I do think I'm willing to purchase some chocolate bars here. I will overflow 1 chocolate bar, though, unless I sell out of either the Turbo Clam or the Chum. Honestly, I don't feel like I needed the Chum, but I do like that the Chum has such a smaller cooldown than the Clam. But if I had upgraded the Clam and it was hasting 2 items at the start of each fight and slowing 2 of my opponent's items, I feel like Turbo Clam's the way to go. I might be wrong on this, but this seems like it could be an endgame build. I would rather have freeze on this, or this, or this, or this. But there's ways to, like, if I can find heavy enchantments for any of these things, all of that seems sweet too. Am I getting out of the Chum Bucket? Well, I can afford to lose twice. You know what, though? When am I ever using gunpowder? The gunpowder isn't bad, though, and I forgot about, like, harpoon, but also throwing knives is interesting because it's an ammo item, so it actually does increase torpedo. Do I just only grab 4 chocolate bars here, then? Yeah, sure. 4 chocolate bars is fine. I'm not going to spend, considering they are bronze chocolate bars, though. And then let's take Chum for the boss, because they might just have a bunch of health, and we're going to need to crit to take them down. They're also dealing damage equal to 1/3 of my health. And they've got a bunch of lifesteal, so they're going to stay topped off, so I basically do kind of need to one-shot them. Yeah, this is going to keep their health totally topped off here. They froze me. When you use a weapon, freeze a smaller item. Okay, but this is lethal. Nice. Oh, Hypnotic Drain. Really good with this. And what does this do? First time you fall below half health? No, I will take a Hypnotic Drain. When you use a weapon, freeze a smaller item. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is a build now. This just became a legitimate build. When you use a weapon, freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds. That is fantastic. Reducing the cooldown of my aquatic items also seems fantastic. Whether I go Clam or Chum, I'm liking the look of this. I might like to find another weapon at some point, because my weapons are now all really good, but I'm also using this every 1.5 seconds. So that does have a lot of potential to just keep my opponent, because every 1.5 seconds I freeze something for 2 seconds. It technically means I can freeze my opponent out. So let's take even more cooldown on that. And aquatic items, would I play a little? I mean, a small weapon doesn't work. I'd have to play another medium weapon. So are there any medium aquatic weapons that I would play? I don't think so. Let's take a look, though. Any medium aquatic weapons? Negative. Large items, hero merchant, spare change. These aren't going to give me aquatic weapons, ever. My build is very much aquatic right now. So I think I'm just going to get spare change, and then up against a pretty similarly statted Vanessa. Not feeling fantastic about that, of course. But I still feel pretty strong, and I think this was a rather insane pickup. We'll see how insane it was in just a moment here. But if the submarine can freeze one of these weapons before my opponent gets going off, they just crit me for half of my stuff, but now I'm just going to like keep them frozen. I need to heal. I need to heal big, and I need this to activate. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, we beat them. No, we didn't. Oh, that was so close. That was so, so close. 32% crit I got to by the end of the fight. Sells vehicles. Am I ever looking for a second vehicle for Hypnotic Drain? Cutting Beach Ball Chum Bucket for a vehicle, and then I put 2 vehicles in between Captain's Wheel and the Captain's Wheel is just continually going off, pumping up the torpedo. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. This is technically a vehicle. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh. Oh, now this is a vehicle. Huh. That is not what I thought I was looking for. I did not realize other things had the vehicle tag. Oh, neat. Okay. Your aquatic items have +1 multicast. So I'm thinking, that makes it really tough to fit in this torpedo, which is like my main build. And also, multicast doesn't work with the Hypnotic Drain. I don't think I can shipwreck here. I did not realize that Arrow could give you shipwreck, which is definitely very, very good to know. But what else could we do? I have a tool, property, or friend. It doesn't care about vehicles, though. Because I do have a ammo item, and I've got some tools. I've got one tool, actually. This does not seem good enough. What other vehicles are there? I need like one other large item to slot in between. The idea would be do this. But I don't want to cut the chum either. So what is it that I'm really looking for is what I have to figure out right now. And I don't really feel like I know. I do think I want to include one more weapon in on the fun. What was I playing before this? Yeah, this is what I was doing. One more weapon does seem really good with the hypnotic drain. If I cut the captain's wheel, as much as I liked that, I kind of like the idea of playing just 4 aquatic items. So what am I looking for here exactly? I'm not sure. But it doesn't seem like any of these things all roll. Oh. No. Okay, arrow does not give you any other options. Small non-weapon. No, I want a medium weapon. When you use an adjacent item, this gains haste for 2 seconds. Deal damage equal to 20% of your enemy's max health. It's really slow, though. I really want a faster acting aquatic. There is also just like take the swashbuckle and then these things are just critting. And for a lot more damage too. I don't think I'm into any of these things though. I mean, cooldown reduction on the submarine is cool. Because then I get this thing activating like every 1 second. So the hypnotic drain plus the submarine just becomes a little bit faster. That is kind of the goal here. Huh, maybe I do want the star chart then. If I'm playing the star chart, is that enough that I could cut the chum and play the turbo clam? Star chart is bad because then I'm not making use of captain's charge. But at some point, you've got to sacrifice some of these things. I do see that Captain's Wheel plus Submarine does scale the Torpedo, and I've enjoyed that synergy. But I think just playing the Beach Ball might be cleaner. I don't have to use the Captain's Charge, of course. If I'm activating the Beach Ball, everything has permanent haste, which is just a really tempting thing. Could play Swashbuckle, 50% crit, gets me to 62% crit. I cut the Chum Bucket. I play Speedy Clam. And I play Swashbuckle, or I play Star Chart for the increased cooldown. It's tricky when I can see either of these see play. I do think that the Swashbuckle is one of the better items in the game. It doesn't seem great for this comp specifically, but it does really scale the submarine, too. Gives it an additional plus 50. Actually, the Turbo Clam is not super useful. It hastes some things, which I guess gets me off the ground quicker, though. I'm kind of thinking about cooldown reduction, 20% cooldown reduction. Sorry, this is a tricky choice, I feel like. And I'm probably rolling after this pickup as well, just to look for like a medium weapon. Kind of feel like I'm not in love with any of these options. I guess that's why this is such a long pick. Let's just roll then. I'm sure I can find something a little bit better. When you crit, haste an item for 3 seconds. Adjacent items have 50% crit. So every time I crit, But I have permanent haste on everything. Yeah, that's true. I have permanent haste on everything. Maybe I just go back to Shark Claws. That does make me lose permanent haste. But am I back on like Shark Claws Chum? And it's not quite permanent haste. But it's quite good. It's quite a lot of haste. It seems like the opposite idea of trying to get this submarine to activate as many times as possible. But I think it could still be reasonable. I'm going to use the submarine to activate probably the Shark Claws and the Beach Ball to give them haste with Captain's Charge. All right. Back on the Shark Claws strategy. The awkward thing is, like, as soon as I play the Shark Claws, then I've got 5 aquatic items, and then I want to play the Captain's Wheel again. I don't think this does enough. I don't think I should have purchased it. So what was my other build? It was this. Yeah. All right. I'll just go full haste build here then for another second. Do got to level up. 10 damage, 5% crit. Get a weapon. Get an aquatic item. I don't know if an aquatic item helps me. It's just too hard. I need crit skills. I need just like flat crit rate. And I don't think that this +5 is like good enough. Especially for 10% of my max health at this stage of the game. So what am I doing? I'm getting a weapon. Alright, sure. And that weapon is the Ice Pick. Oh, which I actually do kind of like. Ice Pick could allow me to make a 100% freeze build. Sparring Partner is interesting because I could, like, I am scaling. But do I ever just take on the Void Colossus here? I kind of forget exactly what the Void Colossus does. I think it has a shield, or it does damage equal to its shield. Or it has the eye, which I think is called Eye of the Colossus. So I think it has the eye and it slowly destroys my stuff. At which point I'm like kind of tempted to try this. Let's try this. Against Void Colossus. I never freeze the eye, but I feel like if I could grab the eye here... This is what I was talking about when I was talking about the fast rifle, the turbo rifle. Okay, this is going to get a little bit awkward because now I'm going to run out of torpedo hits, and I actually don't even get to activate my torpedo. Eventually the Shark Claws will get eaten up here, I'm sure. I currently beat them in the Sandstorm. I can't imagine that's going to last too much longer here, though. 36% to crit. Yeah, we're going to lose in the Sandstorm. All right, worth a shot, worth a shot when you burn haste. Gain a shield equal to their burn. Okay, yeah, interesting. I thought I had a shot to be able to take him down. Was not close. Oh well. Sells items. Could get a diamond star chart. Wasn't I given the option to pick up a star chart earlier and it was not diamond? Or was that not a star chart? I don't know. I don't think it was. I feel like it was a gold star chart. This is a lot of my gold. But I could actually see playing it. Reducing the cooldown on the torpedo and the submarine by a little bit, and then just giving everything permanent haste. Sure, there's some risk involved. But you gotta risk it. I think I'm done with the Turbo Chimera. I think it always griefs itself rather than being better than the Beach Ball. So let's take the star chart and roll. I always want the submarine activating the Beach Ball because the Beach Ball gives permanent haste to everything. I'm going to get that 2.1 seconds in. Now all I need is Aquatic Rush on the submarine or a way to just activate the submarine a little bit quicker. So we'll see if we can snag that. Okay, skills. Nufu is exactly what I'm looking for here. Can we find Aquatic Rush or something else better? First time you slow, freeze an item for 5 seconds. Well, just sold the Chimera. And just like that, the Chimera's back in. No, we're going to have to roll here. Bigger left-handed. If you have a vehicle, reduce your non-vehicle items cooldowns by 5%. Your aquatic items have a little bit more haste. Both players' weapons have double damage. Huh. Now, my double damage scales a little bit differently because my double damage is also double shielding. However, because I have to set up for my comp, I feel like being a glass cannon does not favor me. A little bit quicker everything else with the command ship is interesting, probably better than Precision Diver. I do actually think plus 16, plus 10% of the damage on the submarine is interesting. I really don't hate that because it's also additional plus shield. I don't know if this really helps me, but 5% on the torpedo is basically... So it's 1/20th. So it's like a point off of this. Is it 0.4 off of this? Maybe 0.4 off of this. Because it's like 0.2 off of this, right? Point 0.2 off of this means that it activates 3.4 minus 2.1 is 1.3. What's half of 1.3 is 0.7. So this activates like 2 seconds in. Could instead activate... Sorry, currently activates 3 seconds into the fight, just short of 3. With this, it activates about 2.5 seconds into the fight. This build is definitely a little bit slow. The flat crit chance is actually pretty relevant. And if I'm eventually looking to cut the chum... Oh, that was I totally forgot. The point of the shark claws was to have more hypnotic drain. Oh. Right. And this would mean that my hypnotic drain is then activating faster on shark claws. There's almost an incentive to play Star Chart on Shark Claws as well, because then I'm activating Hypnotic Drain more. And that might be more important than the crit. I think this is a good puzzle piece here. Okay, that makes me feel good. If I lose this fight, I fate down and... I'm not out of the game. But, like, is there a universe where doing all of this is better every... Yeah, this is a considerable amount off. Every 2.9 seconds freezing a small item. It's never this. That's a lot of freeze. That's a lot of freeze, but I lose all of my burst. So what am I really looking to do? Am I actually looking for a silencer on the submarine just for the cooldown reduction? I mean, every 6.5 seconds is nice. This is half. This is... Yeah. This is twice as quick. This means it has permanent haste. Huh. Maybe I'm done with the torpedo? Because this is every 1 second freeze something, and this is every 1.5 seconds freeze something once the beach ball gets activated. The chum is still scaling, though I could take the ice pick in here and just say, okay, 1 additional freeze, sure, that's cool, plus scaling with the freeze capacity of it. 7 seconds to activate. It's not an aquatic item, so it won't have any crit. But it might just be nice to say every 7 seconds freeze. I would play here the Turbo Clamera if I was given the opportunity, but I am not. So I'm thinking about the ice pick. Just for the freeze 1 item every 1 second. Or freeze 1 item for 1 second. Just because additional freeze is going to be useful. But I think the crit scaling is also going to be useful. Thing is, like, how do I beat the Gorgon spell? Just freezing my whole board and giving them enough time to unfreeze. Huh. I don't think there's any universe where I, like, cut beach ball for the torpedo. Yeah, I also definitely want the left hand on the submarine. Let's play this. Means that I'm really not making use of captain's charge, but like whatever. No, this makes me doubly as slow because then I'm not playing beach ball. So I really just have to decide. I think I'm going Star Chart, Submarine, Beach Ball for a submarine that attacks every 1 second. The only question then is, do I want scaling that also has some freezing, twice the rate of torpedo, or do I want a big burst of damage? I feel like I need the big burst of damage, to be honest. I'm going to play torpedo. We'll see how it goes.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Flago.
There's a lot of just like inevitability, and I don't think I can go for a full freeze with any regularity. Especially, yeah, I'm afraid of things like Armadillo that are just going to, even if you freeze them, still have a ton of activations. And I think I just need to get to a point where I'm one-shotting my opponents here. Crit, please. There we go, baby. Whew. All right. A little spooky, but we got it done. 7 wins, silver victory. XP items, I mean, I feel like XP is good again. We are rounding to hit level 15 and 16 soon. I think those are big numbers. Guess I'm just like upgrading the chum from here. I mean, items are interesting because I could find something better than Star Chart. I could feel like a silencer is an interesting item because it's just a little bit more compact than Star Chart. But I also won that fight because I crit. I might not have won if I didn't crit. So I think I'm into the Star Chart here, and I'm just going to buy XP and try to upgrade the chum bucket. Haste, slow, and cooldown items, but not like enchanted items. I don't know if Tox Clocks gives you enchanted things, so I mean, and I need some skills. There are some skills that would deeply, deeply benefit me. If you have exactly 1 weapon, give it plus 10 max ammo if it's aquatic, plus 40 damage. Cute. I don't know what this is for. Feels like it's possibly for the torpedo. I don't know. Plus 10 max ammo. I can get further cooldown reduction from the command ship. I feel like it's got to be that. Oh.
Must be a hole in my coin.
Goodbye Shark Claws. I think I'm never using this. I think I could probably toss the Cove here now, though, too. I'm not fully off the Shark Claws yet. I'm going to toss the Cove, I believe, though I'm not really buying aquatic items, and I'll be honest, I feel like I kind of forgot about this. I'll sell out of this, and I'll keep the Cove for another moment. Buy the command ship. See what that levels up to. 10%. It's a pretty big number. Get a weapon. Reduce aquatic cooldowns again. Yeah, I mean, it's always reduce aquatic cooldowns, huh? 8 seconds. 2.7. 2, 6. Cool. Can I fight the octopus? I don't know if the octopus gives me... It cares about medium items, right? Gives your medium items more crit for each small item you have or something? If you have only one medium item, its cooldown is reduced by 30%. That seems like a difficult place to find myself. But it's possible. Do we get a crit? Nice. Yeah, I mean, the second time this activates, I've got 53% to crit. That's nice. We might even be able to get that a little bit up if we can upgrade this Chum Bucket. I'm pretty sure I visited this within this video and cannot remember what it does. It's like plus 5 damage. Yeah, that's what it is. Plus 5 damage or additional poison or burn or something. What if I just relax? What if I just relax, man? Yeah, let's just relax. And gain a temporary boost? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. 25 damage is probably better than... No, this is a lot of max health. Alright, yeah, we'll get max health. That is also a level up. 15 damage, 5% to crit, 2 XP. 10% of my max health. Does that include the max health that I just got temporarily for this turn? I feel like it does. And it's kind of I might be like kind of griefing myself here. I do feel like this 5% to crit is really nice though. I don't think it's important as that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go no pain, no gain. It's a little spooky. But let's rock it. This Vanessa's already faded, but it has one less win than us. So I feel somewhat reasonable. They got the flashy reload. Full build, though, here with Figurehead pumping up everything. So this armor might save me. I'm also freezing all of their stuff. Oh, they're permafrozen now. They're basically permafrozen, and then they're crit out. So they weren't permafrozen, but they were frozen for just long enough. Was that a lifesteal?
No ball.
Lifesteal throwing knives. Great. Temporary boost. I mean, yeah, might as well keep rocking the temporary boost from Jules, right? Just 10% max health so that I don't get destroyed. And then some crit skills, please. Whoa. The first 5 times you crit, charge an item 3 seconds. That is huge. Your items have plus 5 crit for each weapon that you have. Your items have plus 50 crit when you use an items. All your items lose 10 crit chance for the fight. Oh, first strike. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. I've never seen this before. First 5 times you crit. I'm not critting that much early. But it's probably right. Honed Arsenal also makes the Shark Claws look really like a cool option again. But I can't... No, I like the beach ball submarine. I think plus 10% flat crit, plus 2% flat crit. I mean, this is still better than this, other than the fact that it costs 24 gold. First 5 times you crit, charge an item 3 seconds. I think this is strong. I don't like charging the beach ball or the chum or the submarine, though, really. You know what? I'm just going to take the flat crit then. And now I'm actually incentivized to replace chum with, like, a manatee or something? Not really. No, not really. Okay. I've had, like, no passive scaling like iron sharpens iron or anything like that throughout this entire game, but just going to keep fighting the big bosses here. What does this do? Oh, this is not good for me. At the start of each fight, destroy an item on each player's board. Oh, wow. That actually worked out pretty well for me because they destroyed something that I do not care about, but I'm going to have trouble critting. Oh, wait. I get the crit, and then I get the hit. Nice. Okay. This is awkward because this does kind of troll me. I don't want that, and I don't get that.
Spineless as a jelly.
When you shield, this gains 1 burn. It's cool. It's cool. I don't think it's needed, though, but it's kind of cute. It's just going to be something that I sell for Nufu here. Could grab 10 gold. When your items freeze... When your items gain freeze. Yeah, that's still what it says. When your items gain freeze. Do I think it can do better than plus 2% crit? Yes. I think this would be better than plus 2% crit. I also get Alacrity, which is totally fine at half the cost. The first time your opponent falls below half health, charge your items 2%. Now, I'm going for a one-shot here for the most part. When you use a tool, I do not use a tool. This is not used. So, first 5 times you crit each fight, charge an item 2 seconds. Seems good. Seems good. Oh, I'm level 15. Enchant a weapon with lifesteal. Enchant a weapon with haste effects. Y'all, that is a big moment. Could also throw the Celestial Conduit on submarine so that it can't be frozen. I feel like not allowing my item that is freezing them to be frozen is a worthy enchantment. It doesn't need lifesteal. I've got enough haste on everything. So let's give myself a Radiant Submarine here. And before we go any further, I'm just going to take a look at some of these, though. I don't really think I need this for the thumbnail. I do think I need the Chum Bucket for the thumbnail. I think I made Chum Bucket work somehow. Okay, so that was my level 16 level up, right? I knew that level 16 is when you visit that. I don't know what any other levels give beyond this, but I don't think I'm going to find out. There's only 2, maybe 3 more turns left in this game. Actually, that's not true. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 more fight. Yeah, so there's 3 turns maximum left in this game. Hopefully just 2. Unless I lose, then hopefully 3. I don't think this will ever be super useful. I'm just going to visit Mittel here. Take a look at some options. When you burn, charge this 1 second. I'm not doing that. Destroy a small item. Honestly, it does still play. And I do still have my gunpowder. Destroying a small item means that my Radiant Submarine is more likely to hit relevant medium items. I'm not above it. Also, worth noting, if I don't play the beach ball, the Radiant Submarine is potentially going to be able to charge itself multiple times or charge the harpoon multiple times. It will also get its cooldown reduced by 0.7. I think the harpoon could be playable here. I think that at the very least I should buy the harpoon. It does make me pretty low on gold, but I can just cycle this out, and I still have the cove to cash in at some point. I think I should just have access to the harpoon. Actually, and now that I have access to the harpoon, it is kind of free for me to put gunpowder on it. One thing that I don't like is if it was just a medium weapon, maybe a medium weapon would just be better. Because this freezes an item every 3.5 seconds. As opposed to destroying an item every 6.3 seconds. So this is faster and freezes and also gives me a little bit more flat crit, I believe. Yes, gives me a little bit more flat crit. Like, is there a universe where I am playing this? Well, maybe not, because I really want this torpedo to crit. But, like, this is a lot of freeze. This is a huge freeze build. We got to at least think about it. We are up against a Vanessa that is faded out, but is also one win up on me. This is tricky. The more items I play, the more random my alacrity is, but either way, I'm playing 4 chargeable items. 2.6 seconds on the shark claws. It's really, really tempting, isn't it? I do not scale my crit at all. I do scale the torpedo. I really don't think this is terrible. I'm not making use of the captain's charge at all with this. I think I also want the beach ball. Okay, I'm back onto this plan. I just wanted to take a look for a moment and just see my potential options here, but I think this is what I had before. Submarine, activate the beach ball, 2.6 seconds in, and then everything has permanent haste. I'm freezing one of their items every 1 second, maybe even faster. Because this could just immediately activate the torpedo right at the start of fight if I get those early crits. I've got 52% to crit on everything. The alacrity does have a lot of chances to get wasted, but I think this is my best build. Hopefully.
My fight isn't
Hopefully.
but if you insist.
I don't believe... I do think at one point I had the chum next to the submarine, but I think that that's wrong. Ooh, this is a full potions build. Toxic port, poison 11. Cool, I have not seen this build. This is going to be awkward as I'm going to stack poison, but they can't stop my submarine. They can slow the torpedo down. So it's just going to be a matter of how big is my crit with this torpedo. 70% to crit. I will get a crit, and this will eventually unfreeze. I'm freezing a lot of their stuff, but will this crit 72% when it finally activates? It does. Yeah, I think that the big torpedo is still the way to go. That makes me the 9-win Vanessa. I'm the captain now. I didn't get a chance to read everything my opponent was doing, but that was still a really cool build. I've thought about that, like port plus a bunch of potions that the port gives you, plus an enchanted port even, is really cool. But you know what else is really cool? Getting my first 10-win game in a minute here. And I do think the answer is still additional max health. Getting non-weapon. Oh, let's get some gumballs. Let's get some gumballs here. Okay, cool. Let's bye-bye. We are looking for blue gumballs. Blue gumballs only, please. Negative.
Maybe if we towed a barge.
All right, some red ones, some yellow ones. Any blue ones? No? Not a single one blue gumball. Okay, one blue gumball. Thank you. Do I want to take on the Void Golem? I don't remember if the Void Golem wrecked me or if it didn't matter or if I wrecked them. Really can't remember anything. Which one's Void Golem? Whatever, who cares? Oh, Void Golem. Okay, they destroy an item at the start of the fight. They take out my beach ball. I actually really don't want Into the Void. So this could be kind of terrible for me. Okay, but there's a big crit. There's another crit. I hope I don't get this. I don't know if I can... I think you can escape it and not pick it up. I don't get it anyways. When your enemy uses an item, deal 1 damage. Wow. Okay. That's really funny. That this is the diamond version of it. It only deals 1 damage, but obviously it's very easy to scale. Like you could throw it in your left hand, then it's dealing 25 damage. I don't think that's ever going to make it in. We're on the final day. Might as well sell out of Cove here. Oh yeah, like Gumball increases its damage. I'll just pick it up here now. Just going to wind up selling out of it. Ooh, I get here. Upgrade my leftmost heal. I'm not going to be able to make this diamond before the end of the day. Let's just get a weapon. That is going to be the Jite. When you slow, this gains 10 damage. Not worried about it. I'll keep the Caltrops just because it's cool. I don't imagine it ever comes into play here, though. And I would like to see some skills, please. Ooh. 15% crit chance on this is good. If you have exactly 1 weapon, it has life-stealing crit. I don't care about that. Your rightmost item has 15% crit chance. That is pretty good. I was looking at like 75 to 80 last fight near the end of it. So turning that up to 90, 95 seems probably worth it for my final pickup. Skills unique to Vanessa, though. We are not done just yet. Skills are probably better than a little bit of starting armor. I imagine, could be wrong on that, but Crashing Waves is good. It's not great, though. Use an ammo item, give it +5 crit chance. Reduce the cooldown of your aquatics by 10%. All of your weapons get +2 damage. Use an aquatic item, haste a weapon. No, Barnacle Crusted is fantastic. Currently at 6 and 2. Now we are at 5.4 and 1.8. At 1.8, is it ever enough that we could do a little bit of a shake-up here? 1.8 and 2.4. And then keeping the chum. Thing is, if we play... If we don't play the star chart... Now, the most important thing is to get this attacking every second. Yep, it's got to be this. This is it. This is the build for the final fight against a 9-win Piggy. Let's see if we can do it. It has been a while since I've even gotten to 9 wins. But now we are looking at 10, and even if I lose this fight, I get another shot. So I might as well play my best build, not mess with it, or not even my best build, but just a build that I know can win. Not mess with it, and then if it doesn't work, you know what? We'll try it again. My opponent doing a lot of healing, which is why it's important to have this one shot. They are stacking up poison with the yo-yo, but I am freezing the heck out of them. Wait, they're permafrozen here. Oh, they are just permafrozen. Goodbye. You are permafrozen. Goodbye, and a 10-win perfect victory, because, well, I'm not sure if it's a perfect victory, right? But a gold victory here. I think a gold victory is just any win, and a perfect victory is when you still have, full prestige. I think there should be a difference in how they represent a victory where you have not faded down versus a victory where you have. But either way, 10 wins, gold victory, happy to finally get another one. It's been a minute. But I felt like I had a lot luckier of battles there. We will pick up 3 chests. And then what else do we get to finish up here? Oh, a ticket. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I don't know what this is. It's some kind of dually item, blast doors, but another ranked ticket means that I really made out on that one. So there we go. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.